WWE has made a massive announcement, plus we got some big stuff surrounding WWE, TNA, AEW. It's all coming up right here on The Angle Show. Don't forget, I'm giving away this championship belt once I hit 100,000 subscribers, so go ahead and click subscribe today. All right, everybody, welcome back to The Angle Show. AEW potentially launching women's tag team championship belts. This is obviously a very big topic, because AEW doesn't really have a women's tag team division. And if you look at WWE's women's tag team division, they haven't been defended. Those belts haven't been defended in over 100 days. Chelsea Green, Piper Niven, both holding those belts, and really not much has been done with them. So it is a little bit of a concern when I think of AEW launching women's tag titles. Nyla Rose did an interview with Muscle Man Malcolm, and she commented on the possibility of this. She says she's been pushing for this since day 37. She says, I'm not going to say day one. I wanted to be the world champion from day one, but after things got settled a little bit, I've been pushing for women's tag titles. I would love not only to win them, but also introduce them, bring them in. I would love to get women's tag titles. Would love to hold them with Marina Shafir, do that, and I can be the actual Grand Slam champion. Yeah. Look, first of all, shout out to Muscle Man Malcolm. Great interview. Secondly, I'm good on this. I don't think AEW should do women's tag team division at all until they have their women's division completely sorted out. The reality is that Dynamite, Rampage, Collision, there is not a good balance between women's programs and men's programs. There isn't. It's been a big concern for a while, but the thing is, like, I don't think it really matters who's champion. I think what matters is what you're doing outside of that little bubble. And it's a very concerning thing with AEW when you see that the women's division isn't really booked that well. I think they are doing something incredible with Toni Storm. For some reason, they keep doing stuff with the Outsiders, Outcasts, whatever. Like, there's just a lot of weird inconsistencies with the women's division. Hikaru Shida is absolutely fantastic, but there's not much happening in this division, and they don't have naturally built, like, women's tag teams, right? It's the same issue as WWE. WWE doesn't have a plethora of women that are just born to be a tag team. You know, you have a lot of these makeshift forced tag teams. It doesn't end up working out. People aren't as invested. What I would like to see AEW really do is focus on that World Championship and that TBS Championship. But also, at the same time, too, focus on stories that don't necessarily involve the women's championship belts. And look no further. Look at TNA and look at NXT. Those two women's divisions are a great example of what you can do with women's wrestling. And I think Tony Khan and AEW can learn a lot from that. I understand why Nyla Rose wants them. Eventually, it's not a problem. But you actually got to build a real division and put a focus and emphasis on women's wrestling in that company before you can make such a decision. Lyra Valkyria, she won the WWE NXT Women's Championship. She defeated Becky Lynch, and a familiar face was shown backstage. Killer Kelly put out a tweet, "Proud is an understatement, from wrestling each other in Ireland outside freezing cold on a ring with no pads for 20 minutes to watch her defeat Becky Lynch to become the new NXT Women's Champion. She deserves the world. I love you, Lyra Valkyria." Then she posted 2 pictures of her backstage with her. Keep in mind, if you guys don't watch Impact Wrestling, Killer Kelly is part of TNA with Masha Slamovich, MK Ultra, one of the best women's tag teams in wrestling. That whole formation, that whole storyline of them coming together, by the way, just fantastic stuff. This is why I say TNA Impact should always be an example for what women's wrestling could look like, because they do a phenomenal job. Obviously, people brought this tweet to my attention. They're like, yo, what is Killer Kelly doing backstage? Like, why is she posting about this? I cannot speak for Killer Kelly. I cannot speak for the TNA and WWE relationship. From my understanding, from things that I've always heard, there's been a little bit of mutual respect with Anthem and WWE. Obviously, Mickie James was brought into the WWE Royal Rumble. WWE allowed AJ Styles to show up for the TNA Hall of Fame. There's like a little bit of a mutual respect there between the two with both companies. Killer Kelly, obviously employed by TNA. Also, got to keep in mind that when it comes to the overall relationship between wrestlers, this is not uncommon. There are a lot of wrestlers who have friendships and relationships and they're family members with people outside of the companies that they're signed to. So there's so many reasons why somebody could be backstage, right? The big thing is WWE didn't put Killer Kelly on TV. WWE didn't tease Killer Kelly on TV. WWE did none of that. And because WWE did none of that, I don't think it is fair to speculate that Killer Kelly could be returning to WWE. The reason why I say that is because Killer Kelly used to be in WWE when she was part of WWE NXT UK. So ultimately, do I think Killer Kelly would be an incredible fit in today's version of WWE? I do. Do I see an issue with the way she is being utilized in TNA Impact? I do not. I think she has been utilized very well, and they're doing a lot of great stuff with her and Masha Slamovich. So this is not a scenario where I'm going to speculate on her possibly coming back to WWE. Does she fit there? Yes. Will she do well there? Yes. Does she have to go there? Absolutely not. And when I look at TNA building up Trinity as the women's champion, she's going to need somebody to take the belt off her hands. Killer Kelly could eventually be the one to do it, and I like that very much. This is friends supporting friends. These people have personal relationships, and the thing is, it's okay for them to be backstage. It's never a big deal like some people try to make it out to be. And that brings us to our final topic of today's video, guys. WWE has announced Bash in Berlin. Holy shit, this was unexpected. WWE issued a press release. WWE is set to have WWE is set to bring Bash in Berlin to the Mercedes-Benz Arena in Berlin, Germany, which will host the premium live event on Saturday, August 31st, 2024. This will be the first ever major WWE premium live event to ever be held in Germany, which... it's pretty insane, guys, to think about just in general. WWE is also offering priority ticket passes, on-location offerings for fans. This is something that obviously WWE has been gearing towards for a while. We talked about it. Nick Khan, Triple H wanting to do more international events. I don't know what WWE's overall popularity is in Germany, and I'm not going to sit here and act like I do, but what I do know is Bash in Berlin, Germany PLE, look at what WWE has been doing with all of these international shows. They've been kicking so much ass. Maybe this is the time for Gunther to be a world heavyweight champion. I think JD from New York put it out on Twitter as well. I'm pretty sure this came from him, so hopefully I'm right. But something about Ilya Dragunov getting called up during the Royal Rumble and then building towards him and Gunther for the pay-per-view. I'm for that 100%. Guys, WWE doing international shows, it's really good. I'm not going to sit here and waste too much time talking about it. This is a massive announcement. Clearly, WWE continues to expand. I'm assuming this will be the second pay-per-view. SummerSlam in the beginning of August, right? Like, this is crazy. Very cool stuff. Super happy. Bash in Berlin. Can't wait to see what that card looks like. Obviously, there is a time zone difference, Eastern time, and obviously the time in Germany, so keep that in mind. But this should be fun. Super excited. Let me know what you guys think down below. Don't forget, I'm giving away this championship belt at 100,000 subscribers, and I'll see you guys next time.